Hi, welcome to my channel, Sponge and Stamp with Tina. I'm Tina Carini. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Byron, Georgia. So today's video, we're going to be doing a really easy but super cute little gift bag or treat bag, however you want to use it. It's 4 inches by, I think, 5 or 6. It could be 6 or 5 1/4 actually, depending on how you make it. And it's 1 inch wide, if that makes sense. The depth of it is 1 inch. So let me show you what we're going to be using. I've already cut these down. I used 1 sheet of designer series paper that's 12 by 12. I cut off, first I figured out which direction I wanted my my wood panels to go. So I knew that I wanted them to go vertically. So I trimmed it down to 10.5 inches, and then I flipped it and I trimmed it to 6. So I just cut it 12 by 12 in half. So that gave me a 6 inch by 10.5 inch piece of designer series paper. So now all we have to do is bring in our score. You can use your Stampin' trimmer if you like to, whichever is easier for you. You're going to flip it down to where the outside of your bag is going to be facing down. And you're going to trim, or not trim, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch, which I didn't do, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inch. So again, that's 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inch. And then you're going to flip it down, or not flip it down, you're going to jump over to 5.5, 6 inches, and 6.5 inch. And then you're going to flip it over to the front side of your bag, and you're going to put it where your what is that, 10.5, 6 inch, your 6 inch side is at the front, and you're going to score it at 1 inch. So just like that. So that makes your bag, or it's making your bag. I'm going to put this aside. Let me bring in these templates, as these might help a little bit to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so you've got, this is the first one right here. So this side, I think you can kind of see the score lines a little bit. So disregard that one where I messed up. But anyway, you've got your 1/2 inch, your inch, and your 1.5 inches. Your 5.5 inch, your 6 inch, and your 6.5 inch. So, and then your 1 inch is right here. So that's the bottom of your bag. So that's what it should look like when you get, after you score it, okay? And then when you flip it over, this is how we're going to trim it. So we're going to trim it at, you're going to trim like at an angle, where that first score, just on the other side of that first score line up to that inch score line. And then you're going to cut that corner right off, just like that. So that's what you're cutting off, this part right here. All right. So let me move this one out of the way here. And then we're going to skip that center score line right here. And we're going to come in, and we're going to cut this third one the same way. Just cut out a little pie wedge. Is all you need to do is just cut. I'm trying to see here. Cut that little pie wedge. So you've made your little tab there. Then you're going to come over here, and you're going to do it the same thing to the first one, but you're not going to cut that one off. You're just going to cut that little center score line off of there. And then you're going to skip the center one. And then you're going to do it at an angle on this side, right up to that inch score line, and like so. And then you're going to trim off this little piece right here up to that 1 inch score line. So then it should look like this. And there we go. So that's what it will look like. All right. And now we are going to fold on our score lines. So we're going to fold the bottom of the box. So we're going to fold it in, because this is making the bottom of our box. let's bring in my bone folder here. All right, so we've got those folded, and then we're going to do accordion folds here and here. So I know that this is the inside of my bag, so that middle score line is going to fold in like so. This is going to fold out just like that. And then this is going to fold like that. So you're making a little accordion fold. Super, super easy. All right, so it will look, let me put it like that. So it will look like that. All right, and then let's go ahead and do the same thing to these. So I know that this center one out of the three is going to be folded in towards the inside of my bag, if that makes sense. Then that's going to fold out. And then this one is going to fold just like that. So again, we just made an accordion fold. So it should look, just let me fold these in so I can sit it up so you can see what it looks like. All right, come on, tab, there we go. So it will look like that when it's together. It will look, well, if my tabs would cooperate with me, it'll look like that. All right, except for this is going to go in like that. All right, so there we go. All right, so let me go ahead. We're going to put adhesive on this 1/2-inch tab. You can use liquid glue, tear and tape, Seal Plus, whichever one you feel most comfortable using or you like to use when you're putting your 3D projects together. I really like to use my my liquid glue, sorry. And I am just going to line this up just like that. Make sure that it is lined up. And then I'm just going to press that. So there's, now my bag is put together, except for the bottom. We're fixing to do that. But what I want to do is find out where my seam is. So my seam is right there because you want that to be in the back of your bag. So now I'm going to put these down in there. I'm going to put some glue on those. And I know that let me double check here, that the back of my bag is right here. So that's the back. So I'm going to turn it this way so that I know that I'm doing this right. And something didn't get, oh no, I just got to tweak it. There we go. So that back piece is going to fold in, and then we're going to put some glue on this front tab here. And that's going to go to the back. I pray I did that right. I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to push these tabs down, make sure that they get glued down, and just rub the bottom of my box to get that glue to stick. Okay, now that is our bag. We are all done with it. Now, isn't that super easy? Now what I'm going to do is I have some ribbon that I want to use. We're just going to tie this around. And tie a bow on here. So I need my reversible. I'm going to pull this down so that it doesn't slide off on me and I want my ribbon not to be twisted. That would be helpful too. All right, so I am going to try this again, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my reversible tweezers. Well, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Just kind of catch that. And then I'm going to tie a little bow here. I probably should have given myself a little bit more room on the end, but actually that's going to be okay. It's going to be a little bit wonky, but you know what? I think it's going to be fine. I'll pull this, tighten that up. I can move this bow to the other side of the bag and it will be just fine. Okay. Oh, my ribbon scissors are getting dull. That means I have to buy new ones. They sure are. Okay. There we go. So I can leave it like that, or I can just twist it over to this side here. I'm going to straighten this bow up. It's a little like so. I'm going to trim this one off like that. All right, so there you go. So you could just leave it just like this if you wanted to, or you could decorate it. Let me show you one that I decorated. So right here, so isn't that super, super cute? So I just used my Stylish Shapes. I believe it was the third one in that I used. I brought in my Scenic Pumpkin Patch stamp set, and I stamped the 3 pumpkins. I stamped the stems and the little pumpkin vines. I fussy cut those out, stamped the thank you using the Simply Said, which I have used that probably way too much. I need to start using something else. And then I brought in the golden greenery because this does not have to be just for Christmas. I'm going to show you some other ones that I did and use this to decorate them with. This stamp set is so gorgeous. I love the way the images are just so beautiful when they're stamped. And I used pumpkin pie and mossy meadow. The circle is old olive. I did the thank you in mossy meadow, and then the leaves here are done in I believe I used crushed curry and then wild wheat. So I just thought that that was so super cute and makes an adorable little bag. So this is 6 inches by 4 inches, and then it's a 1/2 inch deep. Okay, so let me show you the next one. This one I'm going to show you how to do a cuff on it. We're going to do a top cuff on it if I don't forget to fold it before I glue it together, which I did earlier, but that's okay. All right, so again, I'm going to flip it over to the back side because this is going to be the back side of my bag. And we're going to score at a 1/2 inch, an inch, and an 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to jump over to 5.5, 6, 6.5. And then I'm going to flip it over to where the 6-inch side is at the top of my scoring tool. And I'm going to score it at 1 inch. That's the bottom of our bag. And then at 5.25 for the top of our bag. Okay, so now this you're going to assemble it the same way, except before you glue it all together, you're going to fold that top part down. So let's go ahead and do that. And then you're going to fold this in towards the inside of your bag. Oh, before we do that, we do have to do that trimming though. Here we go. We have to trim it. So I'm going to trim off this one little tab, this corner here. We're just going to get rid of it because we don't need it. So just like that. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to trim that one and that one. Just like that. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to trim on both sides of this and both sides of this, and we're going to leave the center. So we're going to just do that little pie wedge right here. So we're just cutting out that little score line there. That's all we're doing. Just like that. And then we are going to trim just this little bitty corner off right here. Right there. All right. So now we are ready to assemble. So we're going to go ahead and fold on our score line. So I know that that's going to go in towards my center, towards the inside of my bag. And then this is going to fold out like that. We're going to give this a nice burnishing. All right, there we go. So that's that. Then we need to do the center. So again, this center one is going to go in towards the inside of your bag like so. Give that a nice little burnishing. And then this one is going to fold out. This paper is so pretty. This is from the Country Woods Designer Series paper pack. So very pretty. I've used almost all of it. Otherwise, I would show it to you guys, but I'm sure that most of you have already seen it. You can get this on my online store. Okay, so, and tomorrow, I believe this one is going on sale. I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. So this one will be on sale. So then we're going to put adhesive. You want to use a strong adhesive. And we're just going to line this up just like so. I'm going to fold this up. Make sure that it's all lined up right, which it looks like it is to me. I think, yep. Okay. Just like so. And then there you go. So you can glue these pieces here down, which I'm going to do, just to keep them from flipping up on you. All right. Now it's time to do the back. And again, you want to make sure, find your seam, which, wow. Okay, so there's my seam. So this is the back of my bag. So I'm going to fold these two tabs in like so. Then the back of my bag tab is going to fold in, and then the top is going to fold to the back. So the back folds in towards the front, and the front folds in towards the back. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue these down. So I just have one more to show you. We're not going to make the whole bag. I've already made the bag, but I wanted to show you how I put handles on there, and I did a Facebook Live on it, and since then my little brain has been thinking how to do the handles easier. So I'm going to show you how I did them. I'm going to go ahead and make sure those little tabs are down and adhered in the seam, and there we go. So this one, I don't think I'm going to put a bow on it, but we're going to decorate this one because this one reminds me so much of the beach. And those who know me that I love anything coastal. So this one I thought I would do coastal. So this is crumb cake. I use the oval punch to punch this out in crumb cake. I use the Seaside Wishes and stamped on there using crumb cake. So crumb cake on crumb cake. The Seaside Wishes dies, and I die cut those little pretty little frilly little coral things out, and I'm just thinking I'm going to put them like that. And I don't know where my little, this is going to go on there. I did have a little birthday thing stamped right here, and then I stamped happy birthday on white, basic white cardstock, and that's just going to go right across the center like so. So let's go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to put these on here and put a little glue on here. Hopefully I won't make too big of a mess. And I actually put that on the wrong side. Shucks. Let me get that off of there. We're going to put it on this side. That's what I get for not paying attention. I think that's half my problem sometimes, is I just don't pay enough attention to what I'm doing. All right, but now my fingers are so sticky that everything is sticking to them. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put some glue on this. My glue is getting low. It's almost time to pull out another one. And then that's going to go just like that. And then I am going to stick that right there. I think, no, I'm just going to use a glue dot. You can pop this up to make it look fancier if you want to. But just for this video's sake, I'm just going to glue that right on there. The happy birthday, I am going to pop this up. So I need to get a glue dot. not a glue dot, a Stampin' Dimensional. I'm using minis for this. So I think I'm going to put 3 of them on there. And just like so. And I've had so much fun making these bags, and I need them for gifts and stuff. So there we go. So that is that, and that is going to go just like so. So there it is. So then we're going to pop this on dimensionals. So let's see. I had some big ones, but we'll just use these little ones because they're right here. Oh, wait, here they are. And I'm going to put one there. And I'm going to put one there. Pull those off. And we're going to stick this just like that right on there. And then I think I am going to put a bow. And I think this is just linen thread. It's all twisted. Try to get it untwisted. There we go. And I think I'm just going to stick that like right up underneath the happy birthday. And I'm going to use a glue dot for that. I'm going to roll that up. Just like that. And it twisted on me again. Doggone it. My grandmother used to say, "Dag, blame it." All right, so here we go. And that's just going to go right there. Move that down. It twisted again. That's all right. And there we go. And then if you want to close it, you can just take a little clothespin or any cute little clips that you may have just to close it. Or you can also tie ribbon around there to close it if you want to. So anyway, that is super, super cute. I love it. Now let me show you how. This is the bag that I already made. I'm hoping that this is going to go pretty quickly and easy here. I've already tied these on here. Let me show you the ones that I did before because it will make better sense. So these, I just tied the knots and put them in there. But because my hole puncher is I think it's like a 1/4 inch hole puncher. It's the only one I have. It punched the holes and my knots keep wanting to come through there. So I had to triple knot this. So that makes it like there's big knots in there, which isn't a big deal because it still looks pretty good. So if you still wanted to, if you wanted to do that, you could. But these I just measured out about how long I wanted how long I wanted my handles to be, and then I added a couple of inches to give me room to tie knots. And then we took our bag and I just measured 1 inch in on each side, and I'm going to take my little puncher here, my hole puncher. I'm going to get both sides of the bag and kind of like center it over that hole. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. If you want your holes to be absolutely perfectly even with each other, and you can measure up and across and sideways and all that, but I'm not going to do that. So then these little pink tabs, like washers that I have in here, I use the, there's a little die, this little die right here, that is in your, if you have them, the perennial postage dies. So this little tab is in there, and that's what I got these little washers from. And I thought, how cool is that? That will be perfect. So now we can just line these up. And then if you wanted to really make it really easy on yourself, we can glue those down so that they stay in place. And they are just big enough, I tell you, to cover up that back side. So it's really cool. I like it. I think it's going to work just fine. So I'm going to put some glue on this just to kind of get that right on there, right where I want it to be. So that reinforces that little hole back there and helps that knot. So I didn't have to make as big of a knot. And then we can come through. We need to stick another one on here. I have one right here. Let me trim this up so that I can make a nice little clean little point on there so that it will thread through a little bit easier. I'm going to thread this through, hopefully, just like that. And just carefully pull this through because this is a smaller hole here and it's wanting to, there we go, fray on me. And no, I did that wrong. I'm so sorry. You want to put that through your bag first. So I want to make sure that my my handle is going to be straight, no twists. I'm going to put that through there and then I'm going to put it through here. Okay. And we're going to put that through. Hopefully. I don't know that I'm going to do both of these handles because I think you get the idea of how to do this. Oh, I don't need it all the way down. What am I doing? I just need enough to tie a knot. So I'm going to tie my knot down at the end here. Just like that. Scoots it down and then it should be just fine. And then you can pull your thing through, your ribbon through, and then there's your handle. You can glue this side down because that's not all the way in there, just like that. So I'm going to glue that down to hold it in place. And if you guys know of an easier way to do this, I would love to know. But this is something that I thought of and thought, you know, I really like that because that really like it. I know that you can go in and only have one knot to tie, but I don't really like that because it seems to block my bag from being able to fill it. All right, so there we go. So that is how I'm going to do my handles now instead of the other way. It just looks cleaner in the inside, I think, and it reinforces it. So I'm not worried about my handle coming out. So I'm going to go ahead. I guess I will go ahead and do this, or at least one side of it, because I think you guys get it. And then I'm just going to pull that through, and I'm going to put some glue on that, on this piece right here. Some glue on there and just kind of line it up with that circle, just like so. Oops. There, I'm happy with the way that is. That is nice. And then you just come through again. And then this could be the tricky part though, is trying to do your handles to where they're even. That could be the tricky part. So, because I already know that I do not have a whole lot of room to work with here to tie a knot. So I am going to put this right in there. I really don't want to trim any more of this ribbon off. So you want to make sure that, I'm going to have to though. You want to make sure that you give yourself plenty of ribbon for your knot tying in if you need to trim it a lot. So, because you want your handles to be even, you don't want one way longer than the other one. So I think that's about as much as I'm going to have here. So let's go ahead and tie that. And before I tie it tight, I'm going to make sure that my handles are pretty much even. Well, come on, come through there. can kind of manipulate your knots a little bit too, which is helpful. I don't think I got that one down far enough. Okay, I think that one's going to be too long. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so there we go. So all I'm going to do now is put my glue on here so that it sticks to the inside of my bag. My glue. Put some back here. I am going to trim that off, but I'm going to pull this through first. Pull that tight. There we go. I just think that this makes it look a lot cleaner too. And then I'm just going to trim that ribbon off right to the knot, just like that. So super easy and cute, and you can make your handles. Oh, that one got twisted. I didn't catch that, but that's all right. So you can make your handles as long or as short as you want. And yeah, and then they don't interfere with putting your goodies inside. So let's bring these bags out. So there's that. Let me show you some samples. This is one that I did. The handles are a lot shorter on this one, but we got that. And then this is the one we just did. And here's the original one that I did. And here's one that is, I used the heart-shaped ones, the heart-shaped leaves from the Golden Greenery, and I stamped them. I used that one and these two in Petunia Pop, and then I made my handles out of Petunia Pop in color ribbon. This is upside down bow. It has gone upside down on me. This is from the Baker's Twine, the white. It's from the Essentials pack. Put that on there. My tag I did from Designer Tags, which you can still get. They're in the online store. And we stamped birthday wishes using Simply Said. So you guys, oh, here's this one. So tell me in the comments which one is your favorite, and if you plan on trying to recreate these and make some of your own. You can put embellishments on them too, which I think I'm going to do to this one. These are the Neutrals Adhesive Back sequins. They are so pretty. They look like they're silver, gold, copper, and I think maybe bronze or brown. They look bronzy to me. So all we have to do is just decide which ones we want to use. I think the copper or the bronze would be really pretty on there, especially for fall. So let's see. I think I'm going to use, let's just go ahead with the copper. I'm going to put one here and one here, like so. And then we'll put another one right up here. So how pretty is that? So there, I just love it. All right, I can't wait to give that to somebody. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will make these bags because they're a lot of fun. Please subscribe to my video if you to my channel if you haven't already. And also, let me go ahead and bring this up front. Also, give me a thumbs up. Please comment. It really helps me out a lot. I have 36 more to go to reach 500 subscribers, and then I have another 500 to go. So I can start going live on YouTube, which I'm super excited and can't wait to be able to do. I appreciate you guys' support so much. Yeah, and all the links, not all the links, but links below to follow me on Facebook, to sign up for my emails, my newsletters, and all of that, which tomorrow's newsletter will have the PDF file for these bags in there too. So if you'd like to have that PDF file, hurry up and sign up for my newsletter. If you miss that and you don't sign up before that, you can just shoot me an email at spongeandstamp@hotmail.com, spongeandstamp@hotmail.com, and let me know that you would like the PDF file for these, and I will definitely send them to you. Okay, I think that's about it. It's a wrap. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.